gonna do, yeah, just some caribou sausage, some ground moose, and do the simples, but do them well. We were gonna do some potatoes, but I think we're gonna do not that. And just do some rice, because I have rice cooked. Looking back, I wanted to get into hunting full force. Not just 1 foot, not both feet, but I want to try and break my neck on the bottom of the pool. But then what really happened was like, it's just like that needle got in my arm and I just couldn't stop. My first hunt wasn't a typical first hunt because it was in the West Kootenay Mountains, you know, bow hunting for elk in the rut. Like, it's just not, it's not easy, man. Did our best, didn't get into anything. So, I mean, it was just whatever it was, you know, 9 or 10 days of hiking with your friends, and that's what it was. And then my next big hunt would have been spring bear. And that's where a big learning curve came for me, and a lot of feels, man. Something that I never thought that I would do happened. 2 weeks later, okay, first animal down. Meat in the freezer, that's what really excited me the most. Our next hunt was an amazing opportunity to go up north. It was awesome. It was big, it was open. You could just see forever at these peaks and these bowls, and hard push, put my fitness to the test, and felt great. You know, we had, you know, moose, caribou, and goats. Like, that's how that hunt went. Despite the fact that 3 different types of meat are in the freezer from that hunt alone, I'm still itching for more knowledge. I've never thought in my life that I would go on a guided hunt, but I have the opportunity this year. It's no secret that COVID has absolutely crippled the guiding community. You think about some of these guys who maybe just purchased an outfit for $6-7 million bucks, and all of a sudden you got nothing. You got nobody coming up, man.
My name is Ben Stourac, owner and operator of ARCADIA Outfitting. We've had it for 3.5 years now, going on 4. And interesting fact, we actually acquired the outfit on my birthday, June 20th, 2017. So, pretty good birthday present. My wife, Rosie, works with me. She's a very big part of this business as well. And she's the charismatic part of this place, for sure. First year is obviously challenging as a new owner, new business name. And when we just start getting traction and start, you know, getting going, then COVID hits and it just, we're in the dregs again. So it's super challenging for a young couple. We just bought a house, just bought this area, and a brand new baby. She's a month old. So a lot of my plate for sure.
The guy's guided since he was like 15. He's been at Arctic Red, I think, 7 years. He's just a very capable human being. I respect that. I think he speaks for the hunting community well. He's huge into conservation. If there's an opportunity to hunt with this guy, whatever it may be, for my, like, you know, unquenchable search for knowledge in this space to kind of bring myself up to speed as best I can, that's valuable stuff.
I know Waro is a newer hunter, and it's always fun teaching people a little bit more in the mountains, so looking forward to that. Quite excited to get out there and start doing what I do again.
It's going to be an absolute fire hose of information coming at me that I need to pick up, because he's not going to just tell me everything, right? That I just have to absorb and then pull the trigger when the time's right.
So for this hunt, this is a mountain mule deer hunt, which is quite a challenging hunt. We have a great population of mule deer here, but it's steep country. You know, They're in the timber a lot, so you got to get after it. It's going to be a difficult, challenging hunt, but the reward could be huge. You know, there's giant mule deer out there for sure.
Check, make sure the gun didn't get jostled at all. So it's 0 to 100. So we'll just test it here and then head out and take a few pokes from distance.
Do my best to swallow all the things I've done.
Bang on, bud. You're good to go. Deadly. One of the first things we do when we get to camp, we always sight the rifle in. Just want to make sure their gun's good to go. No excuses when they miss. So.
You bleed your heart out, and it takes every drop. You've come too far now to ever stop. Wash me in the water and I'll never go back, even when I'm walking to dead man pass.
So if he misses on this hunt, we now have no excuse.
It's me. Yeah, it's me, but that won't happen.
So because these mule deer hunts are so challenging, especially these late season high alpine style hunts, we really wanted to ensure our success.
Oh, here's Nolan. He's here? Yeah.
So for this hunt, we brought in a spotter. It'll be Nolan of the Journal of Mountain Hunting as well. He's guided for me in the past, great guy.
What's up, buddy?
He'll be with us most of the time, but if we get on a big buck, he's gonna hopefully keep an eye on it and help us out a little bit.
Sorry, so what happened here, Nolan?
I locked my key in the truck.
Uh-huh.
I was all excited to see Stourac's pretty face.
Look at that. You work for BCAA?
See, this is what makes a good guide. Ingenuity.
Yes.
Winging it and getting shit done.
Yeah.
Mighty fine work, gentlemen.
Let's get at her.
Let's get at her.
It's like me.
So we're gonna get about 80 kilometers away from our base camp.
89 unleaded.
So at least 3.5, 4 hour drive on ATVs to where we're going. Then it's way up in the Alpine. So it'll be high elevation, it'll be cold, it'll be miserable. It's late November, we got a lot of snow out there now. So it's gonna be an ass kicker, and that's how we like it.
Well, we are stuck. We're getting pretty high up on the mountain, so we're in some pretty deep snow. So we're just chaining up to continue. Otherwise, we may not be able to.
Quick makeover, and we'll be right back on our way. Come on.
Yeah, we made her. Barely made her, but we made her. Outfitting. It's always something.
Part of being a professional guide is being a gatekeeper to the wilderness. No point in my life did I think of like hunting guiding as even a profession, as something to do. But and you combine something that I love to do before, and then I can do something else with it. Maybe, man, is this a career? Like, is this not gonna just be a hobby?
Yeah, it's really nice country.
Beautiful back here.
Go through the dip, up there, get on that ridge, and then
Get up top?
onto that spine.
Oh, sweet.
That's a bit steep getting up. It's just another mountain. You don't have walking sticks? Or what? You didn't bring it?
Forgot him.
Completely forgotten?
Yeah.
Like, don't have it. It's all right.
I'll be fine.
Let's do her.
I just know that Wardo's keen to learn, and he's very passionate about everything he does in life, it seems like. So as far as his experience level goes, don't know a whole bunch, but gonna see.
be known that the guy just walked past a rebel.
We have pretty crappy visibility right now. It's snowing pretty good on us. It is what it is. You can't change the weather. Unfortunately. Wardo looks like he's doing all right. So I think with this storm blowing in, guys, I think everything's probably hunkered down. I don't think we're gonna see any deer movement. So I think we'll just pack our stuff up and take a leisurely stroll.
So we just came down from where the top spot is.
We're losing daylight fast and it's pretty strong wind blowing in here.
Time-wise, and this is like a question that I legitimately have because I run into this situation enough. Is it better to, like, would you say, like, all right, like we've got like 30 minutes. Is it better to take that 30 minutes and go up there? Or is it better to take that 30 minutes and just like blast for longer time?
And I think honestly this spot's probably
Good enough.
the best for what we're gonna have. I don't think we're gonna gain anything by going there.
Buddy, any time with eyes on hills is better than not.
Yeah.
The hardest thing for me will be patience. I like to move around. I like to move, I like to see new areas.
Man, I'm trying to gauge like what time we'd have to get up tomorrow to get up here on time for first light. It'd still have to be early.
Oh yeah. Just is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
It's 4:30 in the morning, just got up.
Boiling some water, gonna have a coffee.
Get back to our knob to have a look around.
Yeah, get up there and just see what we see.
Slightly different conditions here than yesterday, yeah. As you can kind of see from the background. Got all the visibility we need. We can see, way further than we're gonna go and farther than we can see deer. But the sun's gonna come out today and we'll spend the day up here. Hopefully get onto something. Yeah, man, should be a good eventful day.
Just picking apart all the slopes. Trying to see if we can catch something moving or catch them in their beds. So it's just a waiting game.
Sitting on a knob all day and just brutal temperature and not seeing a ton of stuff. And I think all of us were pretty miserable in the cold.
For the first time, we were able to see the view, but we couldn't see anything. Nothing was moving. It was awful.
Oh, fire. What a beautiful thing.
Nolan got a fire going, which was probably the savior of all of us.
Where the am I looking? The deer are playing hard to find, and we are trying to find them.
It was frustrating, insanely frustrating.
So this is challenging for me.
over here. That's a pretty nice 4x4, Wardo. He's got his head down, sniffing, following some kind of doe.
Right off the bat, I could see it had some really good antler from over 2 kilometers away.
Main beams were heavy, tall. I'm just like, holy shit, like, yeah, like I'm like ready. I'm like, what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? We'll go for a run.
We just gotta wait to see what he does here because he's moving quite a bit. Just looks like he's gonna go into some pretty thick stuff there. Yeah. We just gotta hang out here for a little bit and try to see if he comes out somewhere else.
It's exciting
Yeah, he's got a big frame on him, eh?
and frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm encouraged that we just saw our first legal buck. Also, big frame, good frame. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled programming of sitting and looking.
We didn't know what he was gonna do. It was the first time we'd seen him. You know, we don't know where he's off to. And I didn't want to lose our vantage point. So I had to tell Wardo, you know, we're gonna sit here for a while and keep glassing. And I could see he was, you know, ready to rock and roll. And that's kind of how he is. And I wanted to get over there too, but sometimes you just gotta sit, man, and just wait.
I feel great. Feel great about sitting here all day. That's how people get it done. Let your eyes do the walking. I just never have somebody so steadfast and
With broad shoulders.
amazing as Ben to lead the way. Previous mentors have a worse itch to walk around than I do.
Oh man, he's a beauty.
So we stayed up there for a couple more hours. He came out for a little while, he fed, and then disappeared behind a ridge.
Is it completely insane to go down and then work our way up like this timber edge here?
We never see him.
Because we'd be good with the wind. Oh, we never. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's just hang tight for a couple seconds here and try to see what he does.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point rushing it because we might make the wrong move and then we're so.
I like to rush it.
Do you?
So we waited there,
I think he's gonna go down.
and he bedded down. Kind of decided, okay, you know, we should probably make a move. Everything changes once you're actually in that landscape. You know, from 2 kilometers away, you can see a bird's eye view. When you're in it, it's 100% different.
Still bedded?
Yep, still bedded.
Okay, we're just on the heavily timbered ridge right above him. We're about to pop out back into the burn again, kind of in the open.
And we got right into it. We followed his tracks a little bit and kind of came right on top of him.
We're either gonna kill him or we're gonna blow him out of here.
Yeah.
We'll just have to keep picking our way along here. Can't do anything else.
The buck is to your right.
But he's quite a ways below us too, isn't he?
Probably 300 yards. You basically hit him.
Okay, well that's what we'll do. I'd say dump your pack.
Probably another 100 yards, and he's right on the edge of that like thick timbered gut.
The landscape just kept rolling over and rolling over, and
Over here. He's over here.
Running away.
Yeah, he crossed that gut, like probably he crossed that gut of dark timber in the middle, and he's run down.
he heard us coming, obviously, big old mule deer ears. He just walked off. You know, he's just doing what mule deer do. Just, I'm out of here.
Good hike.
What more can you ask for, buddy?
Buck feeder within 100 yards,
For reference sake, where you guys are standing right now is maybe 50 to 70 yards above where he was bedded in that timber right below you.
Jesus, right here.
Well, we tried. Took about an hour and a half to get here. Harder going than we thought. 50 yards from where he bedded here.
You know, like we'd seen this buck, had all these plans to go out the next day. What are we gonna do? Where he's gonna be? Let's get back up high, see if we can see him, and making all these things. And then we wake up and 70-kilometer-an-hour winds are just blowing through the place. And it's like, you know, no animal's gonna be out in this. So
The trees were ripping. I mean, we'd stand in camp and the trees were just back and forth. It was crazy.
that scar right there, a horse bit my finger off. And it crushed the whole end of my finger right there. I was in kindergarten. And then later, the scar off the side, I was chopping kindling, and I blasted my finger. It was not a good time.
The wind that's just ripping through them.
And then that one.
42 miles per hour out there, like you said, so that's
as
pretty
long
hefty.
as, you know, there's some work went into the writing, which I find lots of new stuff there isn't.
Yeah.
A lot of work going into the writing.
It pretty much precludes anything.
Having to sit in the wall tent, it was a struggle for me. It was frustrating, insanely frustrating for me to have to like sit in there with like the goal very close by, right? So I think Nolan asked Ben at one point, he's like, you know, what's the longest you've ever been weathered in for? Ben was like casually like, oh, like 8 days one time. I'm just like, oh, I think I might wade into a lake with rocks in my pockets if that had to be me.
We can just cut it out.
This is a realistic film, guys. Okay, yeah, it is. It's just a bunch of buddies hanging out, not killing shit.
This is the most
This is a classic journal film.
This is frustrating.
You know what? If there's anything hunting has taught me, it's not everything in life gets to go your way.
Totally.
Just have to.
That buck will haunt my dreams.
The next morning, it was not what we wanted. You really thought the wind died down?
I really did think the wind died. And then it didn't.
And then it didn't. Then it picked up.
And then it picked up. There was no sense going out to look for that mule deer that day because of the wind, but there's also this like foreboding forecast of heavy snow coming in and stopping us from even getting back to base camp. It's snowing the next 2 days up here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. He won't have moved all day. Like, he'll be in his little hollow hiding.
Yeah. Sitting around ain't gonna cut it anymore, right? So
No.
wherever that happens, let's just make it happen.
Yeah, as the guide outfitter, you have quite a few hard choices to make while in the field. We found that buck, we got after him, we almost had him. And we wanted to push hard and get him again, you know, have more opportunities. You want to look after your client, you want to do the right thing. It can be a really tough call.
So, my opinion is probably just have coffee, breakfast, close camp, get out of here.
Okay.
Which sucks.
I feel like that's like a little bit of like tuck and tail. It's like, it got a little hard and you backed out. That's his experienced call. It was really tough to do. I think I felt that from Ben as well. I think everybody on this trip felt that too. It was like, man, that sucks.
We pulled out of camp, I think at 9:30. The trip down, we got stuck a couple times. Got back to camp here, base camp, and we took off, knowing that we were gonna hunt totally different terrain, So we were starting fresh, and all of a sudden we were down 4 days. You know, it was crunch time. We only had a couple days to go.
So how do you feel about the new plan?
I don't know one thing about what we're about to do. See what the Grand Master has in store.
You boys ready for this?
So down here at this lower elevation, it's more still hunting. You know, you're walking through.
See you later. You have the radio.
Heavily forested areas on these ridges, and you can't really see a lot. For a client like Wardo, who's young and fit and wants to get after it, I think it's a little tough to go that slow, and it's, you know, it's hard for me too, but it's the only way to hunt that kind of country. So it's not my favorite. I like to be up top. I'm a mountain hunter. I like to glass all day long, find the animal, plan the stalk, get after it. So still hunting, it's what you have to do in certain instances, but it's not my favorite.
We hoping to just kind of bump something, and whatever, there's going to be some glassing up here on the edge.
So it's like we go, you know, 50 to 100 feet, and if we have any kind of opening, we stop and glass it and keep going. Yeah, hopefully we can get on a, you know, good track and just walk it out. See what happens.
Yes, sir.
Even in my, you know, limited experience, it was certainly going to be a low probability. Like, it was thick.
So anytime I'm looking like this, Ordo, I'm looking for tracks, for, you know, an ear, an antler, part of a body, something looking at us, just any glimpse that we can get through this thick timber. It's pretty hard to see through, but you'll catch them. And they like to bed behind all these stumps and deadfall. Sometimes you just see their ears sticking out, or maybe a little bit of an antler. Game of wolf and mouse. Be the wolf. Just gonna kind of zigzag, switch back down, so we can look at this side, look at that side. Just trying to get every glimpse of every opening we can. There's a decent buck track here heading that way. It's a little melted out, so it's probably from last night.
It's hard because you can't see a lot. So you just kind of follow tracks and whatever. So just opportunities are limited. That's really about it.
You probably bedded over here or something. It's right here, I think. Right there. It's going down. Is it going up?
I think so. Just a bed and some buck tracks. Another bed there.
There looks like there's two, maybe three, like bucks. Yeah. And one doe. Yeah. The one track's pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, this is totally different than anything I've ever done. I've had more experience. Kind of like moving up high, glassing a bunch of stuff, and then making a move from there. This is like different than anything I've ever done. Kind of like trying to be more like a deer.
More like a wolf. More like a wolf. Keep going here.
Coming down here and still hunting the timber, being quiet, kind of just slowly making your way through. It seems weird, but you then picked up quite a bit of stuff. So you can start to see how important it is to learn where the deer's habits and these mule deer's habits and where they're going to be, because they're such a hard animal to hunt. And yeah, it was like quite exciting, even though it was extremely exciting actually, even though it was a little slower. Yeah, it was just wicked to see. Yeah, the whole point of this adventure was to learn, and so getting in the terrain in their kitchen. To try and figure out what they're doing and to learn more to put in my own practice, hunting for myself, was insanely valuable.
I mean, not that bad of a little afternoon, actually.
This morning we're gonna head up to a spot we were at yesterday, just above it, and just wait and see what moves. And hopefully it's a 4-point. Time to put something on the ground, man.
Just heard some wolves howling. We've seen some tracks kind of the whole way up the road, and then as we've been hiking too, so it sound like Ben thinks there's a few wolves down there howling away.
Sounds like 4 or 5.
Yeah, is that what you
At
think?
least,
Yeah. So you're saying they just bed down when wolves are kicking around?
Yeah, they just sit down and listen. Try not to let their scent blow all over the place. They're not found out.
Mm-hmm.
It's called hunting, not killing. So there's times like last year, it's not gonna work out well.
Off, man.
I definitely fail, and everyone does. By no means do I run 100%, you know. As long as you stay positive and optimistic, you know, you still got it, and you still have a chance. So the biggest thing is just not give up mentally. It's huge.
Got a fresh buck track here. We're almost at the top of the rise. And he's just scooting along. From this morning, for sure. For sure. He's moving pretty quick though, hey? He's jumping. Probably heard those wolves. So I'm getting the fuck out of here. Yeah. Or he heard us. Or he heard us. But I think those wolves are scarier. Nice buck track right there. Jumping along. Let's just follow this. Go nice and easy. Yeah, I like it. He's obviously following these does now. Could he be right here? He could be. There's two 60 yards away. Those big ears, eh? Just behind that tree there, it's just another doe. Should we just follow this gully all the way down or what? No, I want to work my way back this way, but like the best sagebrush shit is gonna be all that stuff below us. That way. Classic outfitter. Hey, there's some animals here. Let's go the other way. I know, right?
If I've learned one thing this trip about mountain hunting mule deer in November, it's hard.
It's pretty fresh.
There's a skill involved, even just glassing, that I just don't have yet. Like I just don't, and it's something to, like, you know, look through binoculars and, you know, spot a large black bear on a green landscape moving around.
There's all kinds of super fucking old logging roads on big stuff.
But spotting a mule deer amongst timber that it's the exact same color as, and white snow around with its white butt, I mean, just, oh God, it's a skill in its own that, I mean, I don't think anybody will ever master. But it gives me a new appreciation for it, that's for sure. It's hard.
So we picked our way down this mountainside, and we get down to the sagebrush, and as soon as we're down there, whoa, there's one, you know, and we're kind of looking, and there's not much terrain left before it gets to the open fields below.
He's about to jump the fence. Where is he? There he is. Can't tell, man. It's not bad. 1, 2, 3.
I had to bring my spotting scope. Nice frame on him.
Yeah, he's a good looking buck. I guarantee I count 3, but
Should have brought my scope. I almost feel like I should just leave you guys here. Walk off to the side by side, go get my spotting scope and come back. Okay. You guys gonna do that?
yeah, man, all this people know this.
So I ripped to camp, grabbed the spotting scope, grabbed Nolan, and we were coming back to the boys. And as we're driving along, there's a buck to our left, and we realized, holy crap, that's the one we're after. That's a 4-point.
We're waiting and looking, and then Ben comes screaming back down the road and like flashing the light bar on the side-by-side.
Flashing the lights, you know, hopefully they realized like I needed them right now.
Throwing our shit in the bags and
That's him right there, guys. He's coming behind him. He's coming behind him. Dude, lay down. Lay down. Come over here.
What's the distance, Ben?
It's gonna be 230. Shoot him, buddy. Right there. 245.
I don't got him. There, yeah, I got him. Just disappeared.
Just walked over. He's gone, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I had a deer in the scope, but I just couldn't tell if it was the buck or the doe, and then it just like popped over.
We might be able to get up on the ridge here, guys. We're losing daylight fast though. 4:30, we got 30. 15 minutes.
He was on a mission. He was following a couple does.
Let's get back on the ridge here, guys, and see if we can get along.
So that led to another sprint. So we ripped over there, made really good time. We got to the kind of the open landscape down there, and
Sure enough, it popped up like 30 yards from us, and I was just,
Oh, right there, right there. Missed him. 100 yards. Missed him.
I could barely get it in the scope and make a good call, and I'm like heaving, and it's bouncing away.
200. He's gonna go up in the sagebrush. Dude, you should lay down.
What?
He's gonna come into the sage up top. There he is. Got him. It hit him hard. Yeah, he numbed up, kind of stumbled, kept stumbling. I didn't see him come out. Let's get over there.
Wasn't exactly a pristine job of shooting. Legs pumping a little bit. It's a little shaky. Looks like a good buck. Just really don't want to let the crew down and have it have gotten away after 7 days of hunting hard and hard hunting. So
when you're blood trailing an animal like that, the stress is on, obviously, for sure. And you don't have daylight. I mean, it's time to get her done. So from my perspective as the guide, you know, I want to make sure I find that animal. We didn't just waste a life for nothing.
he was right by this tree right when I shot him. I got blood right here.
Okay.
And tracks. Quite a bit of blood.
I don't think a lot about my failure to perform because I have a trust in the fact that I can perform.
Blood right here, right here.
But 2020 spring bear, I'm with Adam, wake up morning 1, get on a bear right away.
If he jumps up in front of us, still alive,
Yeah.
we got to make sure this shot counts because you only got one.
Yes, sir.
Had a great rest, 275 yards away, turns broadside, pull the trigger, And I mean, it just looks through the scope like he's been hit like a ton of bricks. 4 hours later, I'm still blood trailing this bear. Ultimately, just couldn't find it. First shot at a big game animal gun, and I didn't get the job done.
I don't have any blood anymore.
It sat very badly.
Hold up. You guys on blood? Yeah. And no boot tracks?
Good, blood, 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 blood here, out this way.
Right here, boys. Lots of blood. Right there.
Is that him?
He's right there. Right. Yeah, that's him, dude. Where do I get you in front of me?
What's that?
I'll get you in front of me.
Yep.
There he is. Nice. Right on, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. Thank you, too.
So thankful to have like some super experienced guys there for me and to help me out with blood trailing for that long, and thankful for the snow.
I think we did a good tracking job.
Okay. That was pretty cool.
Snow, mud, 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 snow.
Uphill, 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 uphill.
Yeah. Thanks for getting her done. Tomorrow was our last day, basically, so we were trying to get her finished here, and we're not going to pass this guy up. He's a nice 4-point.
This is my first mule deer. This is my first deer of any kind.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Nice. You never shot a whitetail?
No.
Huh.
It's a good reason to keep at her, right? Can't shoot the biggest one right off the hop.
Learned a bit of a lesson there, though, off the start, eh?
For sure.
A little too excited.
A little too excited. I was just like this. Over his back. I thought the second one hit him.
Yeah, I mean, just looking back at all the experiences of this trip.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
For everybody to put in the time and effort that they have, and I'm extremely thankful. Like, Ben worked his ass off.
Very impressed with Wardo. I think maybe he's got a little bit more passion for mule deer hunting now, so that's our goal.
Man, I will probably get home after this and just start kind of like probably pour a scotch and just start rattling away on the computer of like things learned on this hunt. And yeah, I mean, for everything from patience to glassing, that's how people get it done. I mean, hunting's something that I want to continue doing, and especially experiences like this, I feel adds tools to my toolbox. And then what's the point of having tools if you're not going to use them? So I'm just going to, keep doing my best and learning and trying to share my experience with other people who get into hunting and so on and so forth, and leave the guiding up to the professionals. It's a challenging job to manage so many different things, and the respect I have for this industry and hunting in general is vast, for sure.
Wash me in the water and I'll never go back, even when I'm walking through dead man paths.
They don't, it's not all nursery rhymes.
No.